Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh, I just heard myself on my own stream. That's so silly. I was like, oh, I should probably pull that up. Hi. Hi, everybody. It's Katie from the Hive Collective, and I just wanted to go on like a little rooms tour because I thought that that would be fun. Um, there's a lot of different rooms that we've created over the years, and sadly, we know that Rec Room is going to be closing. So I just wanted to take some time and tour some of the great things that we did. And right now, we are starting at Retro Wave Cafe. Um, yeah, this is actually one of my favorite maps. I have a lot of favorite maps that we made, but I do enjoy this one a lot. This I learned a lot when I was doing this map, like UI systems, for example. This was something that I was brand new to, and I got to make. And then from there, I just kept developing my knowledge in Unity. But anyway, this map, you come in and there's cars that you can drive around, but the main focus is the cafe, which when you go inside, there are tables that you can sit at and socialize. More tables that you can sit at and socialize. Um, a little corner over here with some shop goodies. You can get a daily reward, which is Wavecoin. And if you're wondering what Wavecoin is, well, basically, you can purchase Wavecoin or you can earn it while you're in the map, and then it's going to unlock the different roles that you can play as. We've got the big boss, the manager, and then there's like a supervisor. You've got your janitor, and then these are the free ones that when you put on these aprons. Hang on, let's turn around here. Ta-da! You can actually go in and then work at the cafe. And as a customer of the cafe, you can tip workers. I mean, there's nobody in here right now, but basically you would choose your tip amount. And this is not tokens, but the retro coin that you're earning. And then you would select the person that you wanted to tip. And then they are earning things for unlockables in the map as well. And it's just super cute. And so while you're working, people can, come in and they say like, oh, I really want a burger. To which then if you look on this little screen here, you can be like, yeah, burger's coming right up. And then bam, it just pops it onto the counter. And then they can take it and run away and eat it and be like, wow, that was delicious. And there's, pretzel. Uh, Sorry, they're going to kind of stack on top of each other. We've got tea, we've got cupcakes, salad. I mean, if you want to see all the food without me hitting the button, this back here, this is the kitchen. And so basically what happens is the items spawn from back here out to the counter so people can enjoy. And then we also have it where there's a little drive-through window because, I mean, there's cars out there. So basically, if people are taking an order, you can see here when they're taking their order, and then they come up and they get their order. And the funny thing is, I'll jump through the wall, is on this side, you actually can't see that anyone's looking to take your order. I know it's kind of interesting, but from here, you can see the car, the people, and interact with people and have a good time and just have a laugh, and then give them their food. So it was just this fun little role-playing game that we did. And we actually, oh my God, I'm sliding all around, had little things. This was from Valentine's Day, but you could go around and collect the Valentine's and then get extra wave coin as well. Randomly around the map as well, we had purchasables where you could become a criminal. And if you shot people, it would just make them respawn somewhere. We had, I'm going to fly so I can get there faster, a little DJ section. So music could be played by DJs while people were having fun at the map. And then we had the police station. And again, we had roles where people could become the sheriff or the deputy. And if there were criminals running around shooting people, they could arrest them and put them into jail, which jail was never a permanent thing. You held this escape to, like, you just hold it to break out. And then you'd be free. So pretty cool stuff. We also had the gas station because if there's cars, you may need some gas. And when you came into this gas station, we had this fun little memento tribute, if you want to say, to people who have supported our build group or are in our build group, and their avatars were on the chip bags because why not? It's fun, and also their names on the cereal boxes because that's good stuff. Now, when you're at the gas station, there's a clock in spot here, and once you clock in, you can, work behind the counter, greet people, hello, hello, or you can stock the shelves. And all this is kind of like a time-based thing. But if you were to go through and, oh, I do not work here. Yes, I do. Oh, it put my wrong apron on. But you would go through and you would complete the tasks, and then it would give you retro coin as well. So you had opportunity to kind of do a few different things, which was exciting. But yeah, that's basically Retrowave in a bubble. You know, cute little playground. A lot of people would just like hang out at the playground. Art boards if you felt like drawing. A lot of people got a lot of enjoyment out of this. So this right here, this merry-go-round, there's a normal speed where people can sit and enjoy. But people really liked there was a super fast, and here we'll grab a seat. This on super fast, it just goes and goes and goes and goes really, really, really quick. It's a little. If you were on VR, that might be a little bit much. I don't know. But yeah, people seem to like that, and this was a fun little thing because people would get stuck in here and try to get out, and they'd have to find creative ways to get out, which was doable. It just took a little effort. And then lastly, we have the manager's office. And yeah, so the manager's, well, I guess this isn't lastly. I have one more thing to show after this. But the manager's office was just kind of like a little staff area. If you had the supervisor role, you could get in here. Nothing really too exciting, just like a little space to hang out. But the the actual lastly for this map is if you notice the safe, it would ask you for a passcode. And if you were able to correctly find the passcode without giving it away, but the passcode is hidden across the map. If you could get it, you would get a badge for this room, which if I go to my profile and hopefully load my badges, this one right here, the Feeling Retro. So if you completed the puzzle, you would actually get that badge, which was kind of exciting. But yeah, that's Retrowave Cafe. This was a really, 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 really fun map, and I really enjoyed everybody who came out to play this one. It was a good one. But I should show you another map because we're on a rooms tour. So let's go play. Library. I don't even know which one to go to next, to be honest. I mean, I think most people have seen the Creator Expo, but that was another really cool one. But let's go my room. Oop, not this one. My rooms. And we'll go down. I'm gonna go Starry Night. Because Starry Night was another really, 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 really good room of ours. Oh, it looks like I have to search it. All right, off we go. Always takes it a minute to load. I always find 30%. It gets stuck at 30%, and then all of a sudden it just shoots across. Dana, dana, dana. minute now. Apparently today it's really, there it goes, see, 30% and then it shoots. Okie dokie, welcome to Starry Night. So one thing about this room, this is like Snowfall mainly created this room. It actually, some of you play on VR chat, and we actually had a little accreditation, I don't even know if that's the right word, to the original creator, and Snowfall had actually got permission to remake this in Rec Room, which was really, really exciting, and he had to put a lot of work into like the textures and making things function and the shaders and all that fun jazz. And the nice thing is when you're going around this room, there's actually little advertisements for other rooms of ours, which I just think is so sweet because then it's a little unique. There's a couple more over this way. But yeah, this map is great. It's very, I don't know why I'm flying. I can walk. It's just really chill, really relaxed, really nice. You know, we got some rain dripping on the windows. It just is like a really good vibe. Got this fun mirror where you can come and look at yourself. Or if you push this button, you can look outside. Oh, my skybox is broken in here. I don't know why on PlayStation. This skybox in this room is actually stunning, but on PlayStation it's broken. And I'm on PlayStation right now, so you're not going to get the full wonderful effect of it, which I'll probably have to do an update video at some point to show the actual skybox. This map, we have a secret puzzle, and a lot of people tried to solve this puzzle because, you know, there's a code, and I think in the history of this map, only one or two people actually solved the puzzle. Maybe one day at the very end of it all on June 1st. I guess June 1st it closes. So yeah, at the end of May, maybe we will have to actually post what the puzzle code was. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, just a nice little space you can come and relax. We got photos of our friends, again, photos of our other maps, cute little quotes. Some of you may know where this is from, and some of you may not. Yeah. Now the fun part is the main floor is what was relative to VR chat. But then when you go up to the roof, this was all original creative design. Like none of this was actually in VR chat and added. And again, sorry about the skybox. It's broken on PlayStation. Sad face. But yeah, when you were up here, there's a nice little campfire area. You know, just cute things. Mementos to other games and stuff too. I made these little mushroom men with pen, you know, little costumes you could put on. We have a bunch of toys that you could grab and play with as well. Bubble guns. These are really cute. Wings that you could put on. I have to remember, one of the slots is the back slot. Oh yeah, that's the one. This was like before UGC. So before there was Avatar Studio creations, like these used to be a really big deal once upon a time, because if you wanted your character to have something really unique and different, you know, you could come in and you could buy and wear stuff like this at maps. And for a really long time on Rec Room, that's how people made their token income, is because they would have really cool things like this to be able to purchase. That was different and fun. And yeah, it's not as big of a deal anymore because UGC became such a huge thing through Avatar Studio, but it was good before we had that. This is a DJ area. Most of our maps, so maybe all of our maps, have a DJ area where music can be played and you can hang out. This was a board that you can erase and draw on that I did the artwork for this room as well. We had this little clicker thing. Most of our maps had a clicker area, and with this clicker you earned star coins, to which then the star coins you could, you know, purchase these in-game fun little objects. This one's actually a lot of fun. And then there was a scoreboard so you could see, you know, what people had the highest amount of clicks. As you can see, I am very, very low. I wonder, is there a way to see? I want to see the top of the list. Oh yeah. I mean, some of these are fake, unfortunately, because you know, scripters and all that fun jazz. Like all these numbers are actually probably not accurate. So that it's unfortunate. I would have loved to see the actual top 10 people, but that's okay. It's also kind of interesting because I mean, I guess scripters probably don't care, but you'd be essentially showing your account information, which is interesting. Either way, regardless, yeah, this is Starry Night. I hope you guys enjoy this one because it's super duper cute. Fireworks on, fireworks off. All right. I guess I can take you to another fun map. Oh yes, this map also had badges that you were able to earn. Oh, I forgot to mention over at Starry, not only the one that I showed you, but those were, or not Starry, oh my gosh, Retrowave. These were the other badges that were able to be earned. So, cool beans. Okay. Oh, my screen's going haywire. That happens sometimes. I actually forgot to show you too. Not a lot of people know about this because not a lot of people probably ever got sent there. Oh my god, am I blind? Can I find it? There it is. Jail. If you were misbehaving in the map, you could get sent to jail. And it was like a really just, I don't know, a fun little space. I say fun little space just because it was like, it was pretty. But yeah, oh my gosh, flicking screen. Let's see if we can get to the next map. My rooms. Let's go maybe Camp Dead next. Or maybe Forest Oracle. Forest Oracle's actually a really good one. So let's go there and we'll go to the main game. And don't save. Oh good, this one loaded up a little faster. So Forest Oracle, a little backstory on Forest Oracle. A long time ago, I say a long time ago, but I feel like it was like maybe a year ago. We were reached out, well, I was reached out to, and they said, hey, and this is for some people frowned upon, but we tried to use it in a good way. We wanted to find if there was a good way for it to be used. But we were reached out to, and basically they the devs said, you know, we're bringing game AI to Rec Room. Do you think you could build a map that uses game AI so we can show people how it can be used? And we were, you know, you're always on the fence because AI is one of those things that you don't want to do something that is ever stealing art and creativity from people, right? So I kind of was like on a, okay, challenge accepted, but how can I do this in a way that the AI will be useful, but is not doing anything generative, you know, like how am I going to go about doing that? And so I cooked up this idea of the Forest Oracle, and I wish I could show you how it worked, but unfortunately the game AI with the shutdown coming has been turned off, but I can explain it to you. So basically, the way we set it up was that you could come here. This is the little store, by the way, with different things that you could purchase. But you would come here, and as soon as you would load in, it would tell you you needed to, you know, find the Oracle. She'll speak to you as soon as you load in, and she'll say, you know, come find me in my home, which you can see across the way. There's a little home over there. And you would, you know, make your way over to this lovely little home, and when you got inside, you know, this is the Oracle. This is who you're going to talk to, and she's going to explain to you what you need to do. So where does the AI come in, if you're wondering? So basically, I had a chip, an AI chip, and I said to it, players are going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you questions like, what do I do? Where are the quests? How do I beat the quests? Things related to the game. And so then I said to the AI, when players ask you these questions, these are the responses that I want you to give them. And so I typed out, actually, you know what? Hang on. I could probably show you because the chip is probably still here somewhere. Maybe not. Or maybe it doesn't work anymore. Oh, okay, cool. So basically, I told it if a player asks questions based around where they are or what this map is, you may answer one of these responses. And then so I told them what they were allowed to respond. If a player asks questions based around the trials or where to find them, this is how you can respond. If a player asks questions around the frog trial, you can say this. I literally any possible question that a player may have had about the game, I gave it an answer. So at no point in time was the AI ever going to actually generate anything. I was using it as a tool to assist players through the game mechanics, which I felt was a good way. Like if you were going to use it in a way and show players how AI could be used in a good way, I don't know, I felt like this was a pretty good one. And in this situation, you asked something that was non-map related. I had also taught the Oracle if they say, tell me about the weather today, it would say like, I'm sorry, I can only answer questions related to this map. Or, if they said something really bad, because, there's negative players out there, but if they tried to make the Oracle say something in a negative light or tell them to do something bad, it would say, I'm sorry, I can only talk to you about the game. Ask me a question about the game. So that was fun. I really actually enjoyed setting that up, and so that's the context behind how the AI worked in my map. And yeah, again, I was trying to avoid the non-generative option and just make it something that would aid players through the quests, which I've been rambling on. I should probably explain what you did here. So there were 3 trials. The trial, by water with the turtle, and then there is one way over here, and this is the trial with the frog, something to do with bugs. And then this one way up here was the trial of fire with the owl. And so basically, what would happen is you would actually have to go out and find the tools to do their quest. So, for example, the owl wanted you to light pillars on fire. Like across the map, there's a bunch of pillars that are hidden, and you had to light them on fire. So basically, you would find the pillar, but you needed the tool to actually light it on fire. So then you needed to explore this vast, beautiful map. I have a ladder over here. You go up the ladder. Oh, look at this cute little campfire. Travel across the land, yada, yada, yada. And eventually, if you were lucky enough and you went up this ladder, you would have found a torch. And then once you had that torch, you then could return. And there's more than one of these pillars. I think there's like 10 of them. And you would take your torch and you would light it on fire. Oh, 8. There's 8 of them. And then you're like, okay, I've lit 1 of 8. Where are the other ones? And you would you go around and you would try to find all the torches that you needed to light in order to make this work. And I think I had one up here somewhere. Look, there's another one. Anyway, won't get caught in the details of doing that, but you basically would light all those, and then the inside, this would light up, and you would get an animal stone. And once you had that animal stone, you still needed to collect the 2 more animal stones. And so, this little guy here, he wanted you to fish. He wanted 10 fish. Again, can't fish without the fishing rod, so you'd have to find the fishing rod. Ta-da! And then, you'd come up to the water and be like, okay, I got my fishing rod now. And then you would cast and you'd wait. And if you were lucky, you would catch a fish. Woo, yay, we caught one. But sometimes, periodically, it would be like, sorry, too shallow water, or sorry, the fish got away. It was all randomly prompt, so you never really knew what was going to happen. I was trying to see if I could get one of the negative prompts, but apparently we're having a really great fishing day. There! You're too loud. You spooked the fish. So yeah, you would collect up 10 of those bad boys, and then you would get the animal stone for the turtle. And then the frog wanted you to collect butterflies. And if you noticed, there was a little cave here, and when you went through, you had to be very, very careful because as you're going along, there's these rolling stones, and if they touch you, it's going to roll back in a second here. If these rolling stones touched you, you'd have to start over from the beginning of the maze. And the point was you had to first find the key, and then if you, oh my god, stone, if you found the key, it would let you open up this chest. If you opened up that chest, you got the butterfly net. And then once you had the butterfly net, ta-da, you could then go and find butterflies. Now here's the thing, the butterflies are actually really difficult to see, right? Like they're tiny little butterflies. They do exist, like there's one right here. Pow, look, you caught a butterfly. In hindsight, probably should have made them disappear after you caught it because that can get confusing. But if you were truly having a hard time finding the butterflies, we actually put in this lovely little reveal the butterflies. We had to put things in to try to generate a little bit of income in the map. We never built our maps because we wanted to be like token hungry and make money. But the reason that we needed a little bit of income is because to run the AI, to be able to ask it questions, the map had to have a token pool because it costs money for the AI to run. So we had a few things just so we would be able to, offset the cost of the AI. Okay, did I use that? Yeah, okay, so reveal butterfly locations. Now, as you can see, they're glowing, so it's like a heck of a lot easier to find them. I'm like, oh, look, there's another one over here. Woohoo! There's another one up here. I wonder if we can get all 10 and I can show you. Actually, I don't even know if it'll show you the animal stone. I think it just says, like, congrats, you got the animal stone, but I don't think it shows it to you until the very end. But anyway, you would basically go through, you would get, all your butterflies, and then, oh my gosh, even just showing you this map, it takes a while. If you found this area through here, this is where you would come and you would put down your 3 animal stones, once you collected them. And then this door would open, and then bam, you get to go into the treasure room and get your prize, and you got a fancy title to tell you beat the game, so that way people knew you actually went through and completed it. We actually wanted to give away a UGC item. Like if you beat this, you would get an item that you could wear across all the maps. Unfortunately, we weren't ever able to get approval to be able to give away a free item. But it was a dream. It was a dream that we had. One last really neat thing. Well, before my one last, we also had little games. So if you didn't want to do the questing, you could just draw or play checkers or hang out. But one other thing that was really fun about this map is you probably realize as I've been going around all these little random stones that existed. So if you wanted to, these were like picture stones for memories. So if you came up to one, out of nowhere, it would say something about a memory. Memory crystal found. And you're like, what the hell does that mean? And there's a few of them. You always had to be facing the memory crystal when you walked up to it. Memory crystal found. I think there's one over here as well. La da 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 da. Memory crystal found. Okay, so what does that mean? If you go back to the house, if you remember, there were all those empty paintings on the wall. So basically what that was doing is it was taking pictures of you as you were completing, moments in the quest. So, we've got one when we, I think this is where we were getting the torch. This is where we just had crossed the bridge, over by the deer, by the checkers board. Basically, it was like capturing little moments so you could, you know, sometimes with friends you could set this up right and have this funny little picture and then I don't know, take a picture with your camera of the picture or something. I'm not sure. You know, it was just fun because then it was like a new goal, right? You're like, oh my God, there's more and I haven't found them all. And you could go through and you could try to find all the picture spots and get that challenge complete as well. But yeah, basically, that is Forest Oracle in a nutshell. I love this map. This is it. I know, like at Retrowave, I was like, "This is my favorite map," but no, I actually think Forest Oracle, hands down, is actually my favorite map. I love this map. This is one that if we decide to, you know, bring some things to a new platform, this is one I think that needs to come along. It won't have necessarily the AI anymore, but I truly believe I can set it up in a way with prompts that, you know, it can still give hints and guide people without having that component. So, oh, it's great, isn't it? I love this map. I could stay here forever. I could just hang out, listen to the music. And we actually, this map, we set it up that there was a lobby that was a no quest lobby that you could just come out and hang out. And yeah, if you were in the quest version of this map, I think only maybe 4 to 6 players could be here at a time. But if you were in the hangout lobby of this, I think it was up to 40. So, you know, you could get a group of you just come and chill and, you know, enjoy. Cool. How much fun is that? Okay, where to go next? There's so many. Oh my gosh. Okay, play, library. There's some that I would like to show, but I think having Snowfall be part of those ones as well because they were ones that he worked on that are just amazing. I have older maps, pen maps that I was really proud of too. I'm just thinking, let's go to one of my older, we'll go to Broken Circuits. This one I think has music that plays that may flag copyright things. So I might, when we get there, just run up and turn the music off so it doesn't impact the stream. So don't save. Maybe if I speak really loud, it won't hear the music and I have more time. Not really. This map is special. And if you're wondering why is this map special, anyone who has known me from my first day on Rec Room knows that this was actually the very first map I ever made. And there's 2 versions available right now. Hang on, gotta go turn off that music before we get in trouble. Oh my god, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. There. Okay, cool. No trouble. No, hey, you played music that you weren't allowed. Okay, so this map is the new version, the Rec Room Studio version. This was originally built as a pen-only map, but once I had Rec Room Studio, and with the help of Snowfall, we did some amazing updates to bring it even more to life. But as you can see, like the walls, and some of the main structures, ta-da, and the back wall here. Oh no, we did update the back wall. That used to be tube once upon a time. I forgot I created that image to put back there. But basically this was a all pen built map. We could probably even go to the pen version after and I could show you real quick. But yeah, this was my very first map. This is what got me started on Rec Room. This is like how I met a lot of people at the very beginning, a lot of really cool people, but this is Broken Circuits. I actually had a community called Broken Circuits, and basically people would come here every Friday night. We had DJ Turtle would play music every Friday night, and people would come and just chill. You know, the most popular spot was these booths. Like everybody would just like come and hang out in these booths. We had a bar. Sometimes you'd have one or two players that would literally just sit at the bar, and we had roles where you could have the role as a bartender, and then you could serve them bottles or glasses of your favorite things, and everything was game inspired. Um, when I joined Rec Room, I have nostalgia for old games. I've been a gamer for a very long time. So my goal was, create a bar that has the nostalgia of all those games that you used to play as a kid. So yeah, we got some Mario, we got some Zelda, we got Pac-Man, we got Donkey Kong, there's Portal. There's so many little references, and even Pokemon. I'm sure you saw around too. Oh my gosh, my dog is being crazy. But the bottles had little fun things on them too. Some of them were game related. Some of them were even movie and show related. But yeah, it was like this lovely little space that gamers could come in and have fun. And before I get too carried away flying around, so this is the dance floor. This is where the DJ would play all the fun music, and they had the ability to turn on, fire and smoke and a strobe light. It's hard to see when you're looking at it, but when you were on the dance floor, it would be, strobing, which was great. But yeah, so lots of fun. Most of the time, people hung out in those back booths. Oh yeah, Pong up on the roof there too. And then if you purchased VIP, we had VIP available, so that way if it was too chaotic, you needed to be in a space that there were less people, a lot less people. You could purchase VIP and come up here, and not only did it have this little outdoor patio to really get away from the chaos, but it had this outdoor area where if you just needed a minute, sometimes you just need a minute, you could just come out and just be calm. Yeah, and the other cool thing about the VIP area is like we had it's so silly. We had so many silly things, but this little hidden nook that not very many people knew that this existed. So welcome to the secret. This little hidden nook that you could come in and really just like hide for a minute. Yeah, and that was Broken Circuits. The other fun thing that we used to love doing, this button exists now, but this button was never here before. But when we, on a Friday night, would be having an event and people really were getting into the jam and they were dancing on the dance floor and they were just like having the times of their life, we would eventually open the roof and there was this big grand reveal and like people would be dancing and then you just like watch their heads look up and go, wow! And then, they could see this big epic sky and look, we have the moon from Majora's Mask up there. Fun secret that not a lot of people know that I'm going to share, because why not? Inside the moon is our staff room. So if we ever needed to go AFK, go grab some food, water, any of the wonderful things, you could put your character up here, and you could still see everything that was going on downstairs, and just, come up and do whatever you needed to do and then return to the party. And because jail is important, because, people come in and they like to violate that code of conduct. Dun dun dun! You broke the code of conduct, so now you get to hang out in this beautiful jail and enjoy your time in the map away from the party. Yeah, that's basically that. It was so much fun. This map. This is what made me do everything I did on Rec Room, because people would come here and they'd have so much fun, and it just made me want to do more and more and more and more and more and more. So that's Broken Circuits, everybody. Cool. Okay, let's go. Where do I take you next? Where do I take you next? Because there's so many rooms. There's so many rooms. There's unfinished rooms and there's just great rooms. I think we could probably do Camp Dead next. That was one that we did for Rectober, which was kind of cool. Books and Nooks is like a pen made one. Let's go Camp Dead though. Let's go to that one. And we'll skip the lobby. We'll just go right straight to the main game. Loading, loading, loading. We got our 30% pause that we get. Any minute now. Hopefully actually this loads up. I remember the Unity 6 update. You had to go through and you had to reload your rooms at some point, or it would send you to your dorm. So fingers crossed this loads. And if not, we'll just wind up in my dorm and then we'll go to another map, because I'm not 100% sure. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Okay, it looks like we're almost there. So, Rectober. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Rectober and what Rectober is. But this year for Rectober, the White Glove creators we got put on a little project that we got to make the rooms for Rectober, which was kind of a very big challenge. I say it was a very big challenge because we only had like 3 weeks to build an entire map, and that's not a lot of time. It really isn't. Like, when you're trying to make, like assets, and when you're trying to wire things up with CV2 and build the story and do all the things, it's really not a lot of time. We had a limited time buy. It's not available anymore, but you were able to get this Camp Dead sweater, which was kind of cute, like a memento if you were here and enjoyed it. It was something you could get, and only if you came and enjoyed Rectober were you able to acquire it. But yeah, so basically, how to play. Work together to survive the night and reach one of 3 endings. Search the camp for journal pages, map fragments, or helpful items. Beware, the forbidden one. Wrong choices can cause damage. Right choices may reward you. Sometimes nothing happens. Choose wisely, stay alive, and help your team. And then there's some tips, on how to do this without dying. Now, this map, I actually thoroughly enjoyed this map. I need to come back into this map. Well, is there a point? Maybe for the end day, for anyone who wants to come in and play this story, I'm going to change things just for our last month. When we were selected to do this campaign, one of the things that they told us was that we had to monetize our maps. And we've never, like our build team, we've never built maps to monetize. We've always built maps because we just wanted to create something cool and have people enjoy it. So we really struggled because we didn't want to monetize to make profit. We just wanted people to come here and play this story and have fun, but we had to. As part of the program, to be in the Rectober, unfortunately, we had to. And one of the biggest complaints people had was when their health was down, they had to buy a med kit. Like, they couldn't just find them. So I feel like maybe that's something that I can look into even changing for the last month for people who want to come and enjoy this map. But basically, as you said, we have to search and find clues and try to figure this out. So, you'd be like, okay, start the mystery. How do we escape? How do we find the endings? Look at this cabin. Ooh, man, it's dark in here. It did say something about finding a flashlight. Maybe we'll find one of those. Ooh, what? Oh, what's this? Jump scare. So we had it when you were searching. Sometimes jump scares would happen. Just fun. And then, other times, oh, I can't get in here, or can I? Oh, look at this. Let's just do a little crawl. Oh, and you'll see on the bottom of the screen, you actually have a life bar too. Oh, what's in here? Oh, what's this? Search closet. Oh, hopefully it's not a jump scare. Found nothing. Where are those map fragments? So little reminders to tell you like what you're looking for. We turned out we got nothing from this. Oh my gosh! Now I'm trying to get out this window and I'm stuck. Did I build a bad game? Probably. No, not really. You just had to get on the thing and crawl out. And so then anyway, you just carry on. And oh, look at there's blood. Oh, something terrible has happened here. Run! What are we running from? Oh my goodness! And it's like, oh darn, I didn't find anything. There's surely there must be things somewhere. Oh, what's this? You see something shiny in the grass. What do you do? I mean, is it something shiny like a flashlight? Is it going to help me? Or should I ignore it? Ooh, I don't know. It says if I search red is bad, red is dangerous, green is good. I feel like I should ignore, but me being me and the overly curious person I am, I want to search it. Okay, we're looking for the shiny thing in the grass. I see, oh, no shiny thing in the grass, but it was a bear trap. Now I have to release myself. Oh my goodness, what a bad decision that was. And you'll see my health bar went down because, I made a poor choice. But that also teaches me when something is red, I'm probably going to get hurt. And go for the green option maybe is better. Oh, what's this? Not all light comes from glow sticks or candles. You will want to find a flashlight. So, it's like a friendly reminder that somewhere out here there is a flashlight. Now, one thing I think maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, maybe one thing that was a bit of a mistake was how far you had to walk all the time. Like maybe the huts needed to be closer together, because there's a lot of time where you're just kind of walking between spaces and nothing really is happening. And I think you start to lose impact. Like it's not, you forget that you're supposed to be scared while you're here because there's just too much time to forget what's going on. So I think that was something we could have improved. Okay, we're in this house. We're looking around. Do we see anything? No. Oh, darn. I stepped on it. I forgot that this one was even here. I stepped on another stupid, and those were supposed to be jump scares too. So it would be like a noise, and you'd be like, oh my god. Yeah. Oh, look at this. So you hear a noise from the closet. What do you do? So if I search it, it's pretty safe because it's green, and if I ignore it, it's a moderate danger. So obviously I want to search this. We tried to set it up in a way that it would be clear when something was like a good choice. You should probably do this, and then if you ignore this, you may or may not be okay if you ignore this. So let's go ahead and let's search. The door opens, we come inside, we're looking around. I mean, there must be something in here. Aha! There appears to be a code. And look at that at the top on the right by my name. We just got a journal page. Amazing. And then there must be a few of them because like the little purple bar hasn't gotten very far. So yeah, so that we found something. And so like if you would have chose to ignore that, right, you would never be able to get that journal page because you ignored it. That's why it's moderately dangerous. Now you've eliminated one of your 3 escapes. Yeah, so you could still technically get your map fragments, but you couldn't get your journal page anymore. Just looking around, trying to find more stuff. And you would just basically go building to building, room to room, but like I said, this is a really big map, and I think where we maybe made the issue was, here, let me just fly up into the air for a minute. is that maybe it was too big. Maybe, like maybe things needed to be closer together so you didn't have to run for so long. Oh my God, fall damage. There's fall damage. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a fun one. You see blood stains leading into the bathroom. What do you do? So it's moderately dangerous for me to search it, but it's moderately dangerous if I ignore it. So then you're kind of like, well, crap, I'm gonna get hurt. But I also will get hurt if I ignore it, or will have a bad outcome. And so then you can kind of look at your health bar and be like, do I have the health to search this? I mean, it's not red, it's not going to kill me, but it's dangerous. But what if you had really low health and you didn't want to risk it and you hit ignore? Oh no, core decision made by player. A core decision was made. Core decisions about. Oh, probably should have played that out longer. But basically, it's said, now something can't be done, and you're like, oh my God, what? I don't want to miss out on this core decision. That was a bad idea. Well, we had it that you could bring back, get a prompt to bring it back. Again, didn't want to have to monetize on a lot of these things, but we did because that was part of doing this. So now I was able to unlock this area by paying for switching my core decision, and I can, although, look at, I'm a liar. It wasn't even dangerous to come in here. It was just scaring you. There was supposed to be a bear trap in there. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, so basically, if you did do something and then you wanted to go back on it, you technically could. And then, yeah. Oh, there's my demon. My demon dog is barking. Let me grab him 1 second. Hi, Rocky Box. Okay, so continuing on with our lovely, lovely story, you come down. Oh, this was funny too, because you see the fire and you're like, oh, that's fun. But if you actually jumped in it, it would take your health away, because fire hurts people. Camp safety, friends. And again, okay, there's a box on the stage. What do you do? Search it, and it's potentially dangerous, or ignore it. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna search it. Let's take a little look-see-loo. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. The box was empty. Oh my God! And a beam has fallen, and it hit you, and it hurt. Look at that. It took my health down so much. Oh my gosh! Listen. I really enjoyed making this game too. This was like, I always wanted to make a horror map, but I also wanted to make a questing map. So this was the best of both worlds. Were there changes and updates I could have done to make it better? Abso-freaking-lutely. And maybe one day we will. And so this, if you hit this little search, it was just supposed to be like, oh, nothing happened, but you made a lot of noise. Scary. And then, ooh, a code, but we didn't find the code yet. So, we got to keep hunting. And, man, yeah. I mean, like, I'm flying at this point to get around, but definitely was worth making the map maybe a little smaller so you didn't have to run around or make speed. Ooh, there's something under the body. What do you do? Ooh, da 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 da. We're going to ignore that one because I think it's dangerous. It had the red. And then I'm just kind of thinking, oh, and then there was other spots too, like, for example, this bridge. It's like, oh, the bridge is broken. Fix it, try to cross. Let's fix it. Well, darn, you don't have the tool to fix it. So then, do I try to cross it? It's dangerous and my life is getting pretty darn low, so I don't know. I mean, I could do it, but I might die. Probably not the best decision. I should find the tool. And so a lot of people that were playing this game, they were dying, and then when they were dying, they had to pay to revive. That was, another one of the things. But technically, we did have it set up in a way that you didn't need to do that. Like, you were actually able to do everything without dying. Ooh, what's this? You found absolutely nothing. How joyous. Ooh, what's this? No results. I guess that arm didn't want to lend a hand. Funny little sayings. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, you found a lockbox. Do you want to force it or use the key ring? Use the key. Oh, well, I didn't find the key. So again, now it's like you have to decide, is my health really low or do I want to just go find the key? And a lot of people, I think, just decided to do the yeah, see, oh my gosh, I'm hurting. I'm hurting. My health is so low. I think a lot of people didn't want to have to go and look, we got the repair kit for the bridge. I think a lot of people didn't want to have to go and find the item because again, it just took so long and the map was so big and it could have been anywhere, and I think maybe that was a little demotivating in a way. So now that we've got the key, we can fly. See, now I'm flying because I'm like, I don't want to run all the way back over there. And then, yeah, let's fix the bridge now. Ta-da! We didn't have to hurt ourselves, and we repaired the bridge. Do, 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 do. And then you get over here. And again, it's like, you're over here, and it's like, oh, light the fire. Well, you didn't find the thing to light the fire. So you kind of had to make sure that you know, explored everything all the time, because, you know, you would have found things like, for example, oh look, there's that key ring that we needed. Dun dun dun. And like, oh, jump scare. And there's a pavilion way over here, and you know, if you were in this pavilion, it was like, ooh, the freezer. And if you went in, I mean, if you unlocked it, we'll do that. Oh, it's cold in here. See, my health is like dropping while I'm in here. Better collect that map piece and get the heck out. Holy moly, that hurt because it was a freezer and it was freezing in there and we were dying. But, you know, we got a map piece, so that's good. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. So this is another area that it was like, ooh, do you get the code? Because you can get in here if you got the code. Dun dun dun, but we don't have the code because we haven't got that far. But yeah, and then there was like this area up here where it was like, oh, you wanna escape on this boat? Fan-friggin-tastic. Oh, but you don't have the gas. You know, you gotta go find the gas. And so, yeah, long story short, you just basically, without ruining it, maybe you guys will come and play this, you had to just keep searching the whole place. But the good thing is if you came here with a team of people, say there was 4 of you, when one of you found something, it applied to everyone. So like one of you could be searching up at the lighthouse, one of you could be searching down at the pavilion, you know, like you could all be technically searching in different areas, getting stuff, and contributing as a team. Oh look, we just found a skeleton key. Dun dun dun. And I'm also gonna grab, I just want to show you one of the endings. So if we come over this way, we will grab the, you know, the flashlight that we kept kind of hinting that you should find. Yeah, okay, cool. So say, you know, this is what we call the bad ending, by the way, because you didn't take the time to find all the journal pages and you didn't take the time to get the map fragments. But, you know, if you want to do the bad ending, you come over here and it's like, ooh, okay, let's enter this place. It's dark. I mean, technically I could pull my flashlight out, but I'm not going to do that. Ooh, look at these spiders. They're scary. If you go too close to them, they actually bite you and hurt you. But my health is really low, so we're not going to do that. Oh my gosh. Let's open this gate. The key that we got at the lighthouse is what is giving us this. And then, okay, we got this bucket. What do we do with this bucket? Oh, I don't know. I do know, obviously, because I built the game. But we're going to fly up here to this ritual area, and it's going to say, strange markings, what do you want to do? Well, we're going to use our item. And then that bucket, oh my gosh, my dog. That bucket that we found, basically, demon dog, I love you, but no thank you. That wonderful bucket that we found is going to bring us to our next thing. And basically what would happen is it would bring you to this fight scene. I was solo playing, so obviously it wasn't going to work. But if you were with a group of people, it was going to make you fight to the death. And only one of you was going to get to live because, you know, you were corrupted by the Forbidden One. And then once basically there was only one man left, one man standing, it would take you to the end game, where it would be like, you know, you did this ending, congratulations, but you got the bad ending. Yeah, it was so fun. It was a good map. It's a lot to show you. I can't even, like, it would take me over an hour just to show you everything in that map. So definitely check it out. I'm definitely gonna have to go in and update it and remove all the paywall stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about my dog. He is crazy. But yeah, that was Camp Dead. And yeah, so we technically got the bad ending because, the forbidden one overtook us. We had to kill everyone, and not everybody got out. Only one person actually got to survive. And then yeah, that's that. So let's go ahead and go to the next map. Let's see. Play library. I'm trying to think of which one is a good next one to go to. My rooms. Oh my gosh, if I don't stop clicking on that instead of view more. Bates Motel was one that I never finished. We won't do that one yet. I think maybe we'll go Books and Nooks. So this map is the second map that I ever built on Rec Room. It's just like a cozy little space. We used to do book readings here, so people would come in and they would listen to stories be read to them. And the whole thing behind it's Books and Nooks, so it has a lot of nooks that you can just get into and be cozy and enjoy the map. And this one is entirely pen built because this is back before I had a PC. I did not have studio. And again, we always had little gaming tributes in our maps because I don't know. If you're a gamer, you love all things gaming, so we always tried to have little things. And so yeah, you came inside. These things on the wall, if you ran around collecting the rupees, it gave you an in-game currency, so you could then, get these things on the wall and hit people with the frying pan or the whip or the sword. Just, fun little things. And again, building our maps, it was never a way monetized to make money. It was just to be a casual, fun place to hang out. So instead of having to pay tokens, real money for stuff, you could just go around and, collect these in-game rupees, these in-game currencies, and then use that to buy stuff instead of your tokens because creation was important for us. It was never about making money. It was just about creating really cool spaces and people just enjoying those spaces. And I didn't show you, but at some of the other maps, and now you have to look for them, challenge accepted, but there was always Easter eggs. So for example, if you're looking out this window and you notice this brick, if you push it, a Diglett would come out. And every map that we made, there was an Easter egg hidden somewhere. There was always something. There was always a puzzle. There was always a little mini thing that if you were here long enough and you paid enough attention, you would notice it and you could, I don't know, brag to people that you found it. I don't know. It was just fun. It was just a little secret. I should have even given it you got a title, you found the Easter egg, and then maybe people would look for it more. But yeah, no, people would come here. We had this board that would tell you what event was coming up next for the book reading, and a little area for art if you wanted to draw, comfy little chairs that you could sit in. So if you were listening. How sweet. If you were listening to the story, you could just sit here and listen to it, or, you could come down, sit on the couches, sit on the beanbags, but the person telling the story would sit in this chair, and they would read all different kinds of stories, different times of years, different themes, based off of what was going on. Yeah, and so, yeah, that would happen. There was, Books and Nooks, right. This is considered a nook that you could hang out in. And then this was a little coffee area, if you had to have a meeting, maybe you need to get together with your entire build group and have a meeting, meeting space. There was this other little nook up here, of course, a clicker, because clickers are important. Little comfy spot. You could listen to the stories be read up here. Just little areas that if you wanted to have private conversations with people, you had chairs you could go and sit at and just kind of be off on the side. This is my favorite nook right here. This one right here is my favorite one in the whole game. Ooh, I almost slid right out of it. I love this one. I love this one so much. I love that you get to come up here and you can see everything. I don't know. It was really pretty. There's a secret in this map. Another secret on top of the Easter egg. But another secret that I don't even know how many people ever found it. But if you walked up to this book and you hit this book, it would tell you the Triforce has appeared, grab it, and then you would be like, but where? You had to like run around and try to find it before it disappeared because it would be on a timer. But out here in the woods, if you grabbed that Triforce, it's nothing huge, it was just something fun, but a little Link outfit would come up and you could put that on and wear it and feel really, really cool in your Link outfit while you're running around the map, and it was like an achievement that you found that. Yeah, and then if we go upstairs, there's just like a little sitting area. But yeah, that's Books and Nooks, my second ever map on Rec Room that I was like really honestly just like super duper proud of. I love this map. Okay. Now, where to? Let's go. Another map that is really cool, but it didn't really ever get a lot of spotlight, was Spilling the Tea. Let's go ahead, we'll go there, and I'll give you a little tour. This map, we used to do so much, honestly, we really did. It was so much fun. We would do talk shows, and oh God, I wish I could go back and do this again now. Like, it's funny because when we were doing these talk shows, nobody knew really who we were. Like they kind of like they had been to the Broken Sick, the nightclub, the gaming bar. Like they had been there and they had seen us at a couple events, but nobody we weren't like known within the community. It was just kind of like, I don't know, we were just these people that put on these talk shows. But the amazing thing is that people actually came and they participated. This was like our wall where we kind of would put up posters for people who came out, but like yeah, like we actually got some creators that had really great accomplishments. They were like, yeah, what you guys are doing is so cool. So they would participate. And so what would happen is, the audience would sit in, these chairs. Or, I mean, if you wanted to not be right in the front line, you could sit back here and lounge. You could sit up here, in this area. By the way, this is all pen built as well. This is my third ever map. And I was like, so proud of myself because at this point in time, like, I don't know, like the framing and the light decor, the couches, the tables, the floor, I was getting to a point that I was like, I think I might be pretty good with the Maker Pen. I think I have started to become proficient. I can make things now. Like I was like, yeah, this is cool. I'm doing great things with the Maker Pen. Making plants and pots and chandeliers, fireplaces. Like I was really getting coming into my own with the Maker Pen, and this is again before I had Studio, so Maker Pen was my only option on PlayStation. But like this stuff, it takes a lot to make all this. It really, truly, honestly, it takes a lot to put all the details into all these things and create these things. If you were a Maker Pen person, you would understand. Like it's like you don't just get to place these things. You have to build them piece by piece by piece. And so, this room, I was feeling pretty darn good because I was like, wow, my Maker Pen skills have significantly improved. Oh, yes, and of course, because we must have a clicker in every map. Flush the toilets and you get clicks. Anyway, sorry, I got totally derailed and sidetracked. So what would happen is people would come to this map, they would sit in the audience, and then we had our host of the show would sit in this chair. And then what would happen is the guest of the show would be sitting up here, like all the audience is down there, but they have their own private room to just sit and relax and be ready for the show. And then the host would be like, all right, and we're bringing blah 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 to the stage, and then they would hit this button and it would teleport them onto the couch where they would then be sitting here, looking at the audience, being like, "Oh, hey, everybody, you're amazing." And then, the person, the host, would sit here and be like, yeah, asking them all these questions, spilling the tea. So we had our little teapot. And the thing that was so much fun, though, was not only did we have the host who is, asking all the wonderful questions of how did you become a creator? What was the thing that made you break out? At what point did you, become amazing? What is your favorite map? What is blah, 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 blah. Lots of questions. Anyway, while that was all going on, there was actually someone who was back here. And the person that was back here was usually Toasty Turtle, Toasty Turtle. You probably know Toasty Turtle and DJ Turtle. And they would be back here. And so what would happen is the host would say something like, "You've created a map. You have a smoothie bar." This was set up specifically for one of the interviews. And so then they could push this button, right? And then what would happen is these pictures would pop up. And so then the people in the audience could get out of their seats and be like, "Oh, they're talking about a smoothie bar. Oh, that's cool. This is the images from that map. Look at the details." So then they had a reference, because if you were on actual TV, they could do little commercials or something, which I'm now looking back, we probably could have had a little video player doing a clip from their map, but this is what we had back then. So the person back here, they would make that go up and then smoothie goes down. And then they would be like, "Oh, you have this ignited map." And then, so it would pop up so people would know what we were talking about, and then they would put it down. But the other cute thing is they'd be like, "Everybody, we're bringing Katie to the stage." And then this little... Can you hear the music? I don't want to talk over it because I know my volume's down. But a song would play. A little intro song would play for everybody in the audience. I'll do that again so you can hear it. Yeah, so cute. So then they would pop up with that little intro, and then we would do if they said something funny, laugh track. If they said something that was really really cool, and you were like, wow. If they said something that was just really sweet and adorable, aw. And then randomly, I don't know if there was just a good moment, applause. And so you never knew that none of these interviews were rehearsed. It was all on the spot. So the person that was back here really just had to be listening. The person back here was the mastermind, I'm telling you, of the show, because they were listening, getting those audio cues, syncing things up, and the funny, they could see everything going on, and nobody could even see what they were doing. But it was great because what they were doing was setting the mood for the show, and it was so fun. We had so much fun. I could go back and I could do this show over and over and over. And the sad thing, maybe that's what we need to do, actually. Listen, we've got roughly 2 months until it's over. Maybe we need to bring back spilling the tea. And now we've met so many wonderful, wonderful, amazing creators. Oh my God, so many wonderful. And honestly, I kind of want to have them on the show. I kind of want to be let's before Rec Room's over, let's talk. Tell me your achievements. Tell me the things that you love the most. Positivity, man. Just all good vibes. No negative questions. No sadness. Just the good stuff. The real good stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Let's put a pin on that and let's see if we can make that happen, because I think honestly that would be great. Go out with spilling the tea and interviewing people and getting their last memories, We can make an afternoon of it. Amazing. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting totally distracted. Let's go to another room. I'm trying to think of what would be the best next one to take you to. It's funny, I think some of them have been seen. I know you have all been to the Creator Expo. I mean, we could go there, but I'm sure you've seen the Creator Expo. Although, for the purpose of recording my maps, For memory, we should go there. But before we go there, I think we should maybe go to either Winter Games or the Hive Winter Shop. Let's go Hive Winter Shop because it's fun. I do know on PlayStation the Skybox is broken on this one though, which is unfortunate because it also has a very, very, very beautiful Skybox. Okay, here we go. So, fun fact, everybody. And I gotta say these things so like if I ever decide to watch this video in the future, which it's a long video, it's like a movie, so I don't know if that's gonna happen, but in case I do go back and want to look at this in the future, this map aided me in getting Avatar Studio. When I applied for Avatar Studio, I had made a video and I basically was like, hey, I'm Katie from the Hive Collective. I have Blender skills, I have Unity skills, I have lots of skills, and I want to show you some of the things I've done. And then I was like, this map, I built this in Blender, and I'm really trying to become something. So please consider me. And I don't know. I think they watched my video and was like, she's trying. She wants to be somebody. And then they let me be in the program. But it wasn't just this video. That's a kind of a fib. My video also showed clothing items that I had made and weight painted, and they were in motion and they were moving, and it showed that I did have the technical knowledge. It wasn't just this map, but this map was like, hey, you've seen my stuff in game, please consider me. So this map was built by the Hive Collective, and on the wall here we have the people that participated, which, we have Jonesy and DJ Turtle and Nunamaker, and who also goes by Iconic. We have Snowfall, Toasty Turtle, me, and Trekkie. And so we together as a team put this together. And it's kind of funny, when this map came out, it was at a time in Rec Room where more and more people were getting Unity. Oh, this skybox kills me. But more and more people were getting access to Rec Room Studio to be able to do things in Unity and upload it. And then it started this era of negativity where people would be like, oh, well, they, just got an asset online and dropped it in a map, and then there'd be all this negativity, and so this map, we didn't, this is built, everything in this map was built by us, hand built by us, piece by piece by piece, whether it was done in pen, some of this is pen by Toasty, who is probably one of the best pen builders that I know. She is so unbelievably talented, but then some of it obviously is also studio, and so we inserted things showing process, or progress, or I don't even know what the right word is, but we actually put little hints here and there to show you, hey, when I was building this in Blender, this is what it looked like pre-stages before it was even done. This is not a drag and drop asset. We did this because there was Rec Room has had so many phases of positivity and negativity, and yes, do this, and no, don't do that. Use inventions, don't use inventions. Credit people, don't. There's always something for people to complain about, and we didn't want people to have the opportunity to say oh, they didn't build this, they just dropped it. So anyway, we were really trying to be proud of our work because we worked really hard on this. We really did, and it was so amazing. Oh my God, look at these, the fire and the stockings with our names and this Christmas tree and the garland. That garland, by the way, took me forever to make. And it was really easy, but I had to learn how to do it in a way that was going to be performance effective. And then we got these, we got these couches, and we'll go downstairs. We got this bar and this little gaming room, this art station. Jonesy, phenomenal artist. If you guys have not met Jonesy, Jonesy is a good friend, and they did this with a marker in game on a canvas. This is literally, they just dot with colors, and look at that, amazing, right? Just phenomenal. So this area, you could actually erase the board and play charades if you wanted to. We're not going to erase it though because we love it. But yeah, and then there's a little area to play pool, of course, clickers. The clicker, it's like, I don't know, you have to have it in every map, as I've said. It's just a staple of Rec Room. Little piano. Yeah, we're not going to go outside yet because we have to finish looking inside. But if we go up the stairs, you can either go up to the loft or go into the shop. Now, this was featured in the Winter Holiday Market. Why was it featured in the Winter Holiday Market? Because we did a store. To be considered, you had to have a shop to sell things. And again, we make all our own assets. Like, we were so paranoid about people being like, you drag and drop this. My wrapping paper station, little sleighs, artwork. In this area, this is where you could actually like go click on things and see it in the store and then, purchase it. And that was a requirement if you wanted to be in the Rec Holiday Market. You had to have things that people could buy. Look, we have our little icons of all of our characters. So cute! But yeah, so this is the store part, so we could be part. And then if I go back out to our loft, we've got this cute little hammock. We got these little windowsills. Oh my god, they're just so freaking cute. These windowsills that you can sit and look outside. We got the bedroom, and then we got this area up here, which is like the office. Again, showing our work in progress on our computer, and how we got things to be how they were. Look at that, so cute. And again, back before, this is pre-Avatar Studio days. If you wanted to be at tokens 150, if you wanted to be able to, have cool things in your map that were wearable, you had to do it yourself. And we had these mannequins, dummies, costume dummies, I think is what they were called. And you could put things on. And then, if you wanted to monetize and have a little bit of a revenue stream, you could have things like that were optional in your map for people to enjoy. Okay, then we go outside. We got this nice little gazebo, some chairs to relax at with your friends. It's funny, when people used to come here, we have this map, and inside has like all this detail and decor and cozy and whatever. Every event that we ever held, everyone sat here. Everyone. It would just be like, people would be sitting in the chairs. People would be crouched beside the chairs. People would, be just like in this little nook. And we actually, because people hung out here so often, you see this collision that is going around. We had to protect people. Why did we have to protect people, are you wondering? Because the trolls would get in the cars and try to run into people to launch them away from the conversation area. Like this was such a hot hangout area that we literally had to put a collision around it so the cars couldn't hit people while they were trying to enjoy their time and relax and talk with one another. And yeah, we also had these. Oh, this is hilarious. I was hosting an event one time, and this girl came up to me and was like, "We have a problem." And I was like, "What's that?" They were like, "You have this map, and it's beautiful, and it's a house, and blah, 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 but you have no restrooms. What are we supposed to do if, we digitally have to use the washroom?" And then I, had this thought. Almost every map always has a washroom. It just is this thing that people do. And so anyway, I was like, "I got you." And so I built an outhouse, so people had their their washroom. It's silly, but the community is so much fun. I love that. I love that that was something that somebody said. It's hilarious. That's why this game is so amazing. Yeah, and then we had this little DJ Penguin. He could come in here, listen to some tunes. We had the skating rink. Lots of fun. You would glide. See, I'm not even walking and I'm just gliding. Woo! A lot of fun. And then if you came all the way over here, we had another, this is the Celestial Magic. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, there was candy canes, and so you could collect candy canes, and there was 10 of them hidden across the map, and then it would award you with Fly in the map as a prize for the instance while you were there, because, again, this is a lot of walking, it's a pretty big map, so Fly was key. And then little merry-go-round made by Toasty that you could sit, and it was just cute. Look at that. Is that not the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Toasty's great. And then photo op area, take a picture in the sleigh. This reindeer, you could actually grab it and then fly it around, which was kind of fun. People kind of enjoyed that. And then something that I really, really loved was we had this snowman building station. So, you'd grab a snowball, and then you'd place it, and then you'd grab another snowball and place it. I'm probably going to do a horrible job because I'm doing this so quickly. And then there were all these parts scattered all around, but you basically were able to build your own snowman. And there was top hats and all these other things. Oh, look at that. Snowfall wants to join us. Na 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 na. But yeah, super duper amazing, cute stuff. This was a really cool map. Oh, and this is so cute. The letters to Santa, where you can send a letter to Santa. What do you want for Christmas? And then it would give you a cute little thing back, which is really sweet. I think I showed you everything at this map. I don't think we missed anything. One last look. Going around. Woo! Woo! It's funny, I invited them to join, but they haven't popped up yet. It's probably taking 10 years for them to load, to be totally honest. Ah! Hi! We're doing a rooms tour of all the rooms. Oh my goodness, it's so dark. I can barely even see you. You can't hear me. I can't hear you. Oh, wait. No, I don't have you muted. You have me muted.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. I can hear you too. I never have you muted, so neener, neener, neener.
I haven't muted you in months.
That's funny. I just finished showing off this map and I was about to go to another one. Is there any in particular that you'd like to show? We've done Starry and Retrowave, Broken Circuits, Spilling the Tea, Book Nook.
I don't know. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Home, play. Would you like to show off Future Forest since nobody's going to get to see it?
Yeah.
You can say no.
I don't know if it's even like working right now, but yeah.
Okay. No, that's okay. I'll pick one that I know is working. Play, library. We went to Camp Dead as well. That was fun.
Yeah.
Winter Games Mountain. Oh, we're not in a party though. Hang on. Party with me. Okay. A few more. We'll go to the... I haven't done Winter Games Mountain yet, so we'll go there. Okay, so I created this map. I don't remember if it was 2023 or 2024, but it was the winter market, and they wanted maps that were fun and kind of game oriented to be part of the Winter Games Market. And so I applied this map, but sadly it did not get picked, but it was still a lot of fun. So basically it had like this little area that you could sit and enjoy the fire with friends. So nice. And then it also had a clicker game because clicker games were always so pivotal and important in Rec Room. Every map always had a clicker game. And this one was kind of unique because we actually had upgrades set up so you could upgrade your clicks. So instead of getting one click at a time, you could get 10, 20, 30, like it was all on a multiplier so you could get more. And like you would have to spend clicks to get your upgrade. And then if you got to, I think it was like 1,000,000 or 100,000,000, you could rebirth and it would start you back at 0. But then you got a little thing that you could brag to everybody that you rebirth. Like, ooh, look at I rebirthed 2 times. Snowfall, how many times did you rebirth? Never? Once? Twice? 3 times? You probably can't hear me. Have you ever rebirthed?
Oh, many times.
It's over here. Let's. I did 2. You won! I have beat you. I am the rebirth champion. Neener neener. Yeah. Oh, and there was a spot that you could get a daily gift, so if you were new, you could do, and you could gift people clicks too. You could come over to this little area and be like, ooh, I want to give, Snowfall 1,000,000 clicks so he can rebirth again and be as cool as me. We had this handy dandy air balloon that you could get in it, and then you could press and hold this button. Ah! We're both pressing it, I think. And then it would take you up into the air. And when you let go, it would slowly go back down again. So that was kind of fun. And then we also had this skating rink. And it would make you glide, just like at the other winter map. And if you were paying a lot of attention, you'd notice that there were these snowflakes around, and if you collected them, there were 10. And if you collected all 10 snowflakes, you would get currency for in the map. And the currency for in the map, you were able to spend on cool things like these skis gave you speed, like extra speed. You could get fly. The other really funny thing that people really liked was the Yeti, the ski-free Yeti, another game reference thing, because we always have game reference things, but ski-free was like this really, really, really old game. And look at, there's the Yeti. Ah! And he would chase people, and they'd be like, oh, God. And he would eat them. And it was whoever he was closest to, I think, is how he would aggro to them. And then if in the event he caught you, you would get sent to this cave where it's his lair. And look at, people have died here. There's bones, but there's also a snowflake that you can collect. So that's fantastic. Yeah. We'll fly over to the little cabin. And so if you went inside here, it was pretty sweet. Just like cozy little hangout. You could play the piano. You could go upstairs. There's little chairs and stuff. Oh, look, another snowflake that you could sit at. Really cute stuff. We'll head over to the ski lift, so we'll go skiing. This was one of the first things, not the first things, but the first bigger thing that I animated in Rec Room was this ski lift. I didn't really know much about animation, so it took me a long time to figure it all out. But this is one of the first things that I did ever successfully animate. I think it turned out okay.
You did great.
Yeah. I cursed at it a couple times trying to figure it out because the seats at one point weren't attached to the chairs. And then I figured out clamps and I was like, oh, that makes sense. So the other thing, as you're accumulating your points, you were able to get, sleighs, snowboards, tubes. You know, it was like you would do little in-game activities and then unlock these cool things you could wear. And we had this fun little ski race, whereas if you click this button and then come over this way, you'll see the flags. And the point is you slide on your bum. Oh, he just knocked me. My time is going to be worse now. How dare. And you collect your points. You get to the bottom of the hill, and it took me 11.29 seconds to do that. And then it would show up over on this board, so you could compare with your friends to see who did it the fastest and the best. And if you wanted to skip the lift, you could, again, use your points, your in-game points that you accumulated, not tokens, because like we just wanted people to come and enjoy and not have to spend actual tokens, and do it again. And you probably saw Snowfall just hit that jump there. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. If you slide down on this guy, it's gonna launch you. Woo! Into the air. So fun. Yeah. And there was also, you know, these cute, this was another purchasable you could do with your points, was these little skidoos. So you could, you know, go sliding and bombing around. It looks really silly, but it's a lot of fun. Hello, good sir.
Hello.
And then there was the photo area, so you could, you know, take photos inside the igloo, or snow globe, I should call it. You know, just cute. And then there was the maze. And if you went through the maze, there were candy canes hidden in the maze. And if you found them, you got more points to spend on stuff in the map. And we had to get smart. In the maze, if you look up, you see the sky. But if you're above the maze, you don't actually see anything. And we had to do that because people were getting clever, and they would stand on the hill and tell their friend, go left, go right, go here, go there, and tell them how to beat it easier. So we had to be smart and make it more challenging. But yeah, that's the Winter Games Mountain. This was again an earlier map that I made, and then we updated it like a year after it was made. I got a message to say it was going to get featured, so then we updated it with some Rec Room Studio spice, and it looks great. Yippee! Yeah. But on that note, I've been streaming for, I don't know, it's been probably more than an hour. So I might actually stop this stream and then continue it again later and keep going through maps. And then I have time to catch up with you and time to have a snack and maybe grab myself more coffee and do all the things. So, you know, everybody who is watching,